Hello, I'm Kevin Rafferty. I'm a technical consultant with Capito. Capito are a Pure Storage Silver partner, and what I'd like to do today is show you the Pure Storage flash array and the simplicity of managing this storage array. So when we log into the management interface, we're presented with 6 tabs. The initial being the dashboard, and this dashboard shows us our array status. It also shows us latency, IOPS and bandwidth stats and the sort of performance we're getting out of the array at the moment. We can also see the capacity that's been allocated and the data reduction and how high that currently is. If we want to provision storage on the flash array, we get into the storage tab, and first stage is to create a new host. So we create a host. We'll give it a name and click create. Now if we want to then add a new volume to that, we need to create the volume. So we then give that a name as well, and we'll give it a name here, and we'll give it a size. So we'll give it a size of 2 terabytes and click create. So the good thing here is there's no RAID groups to worry about, there's no tiering, it's an all flash array. So creating volumes is a simple and straightforward process. And if we want to add that new volume to our newly created host, we just go up to this drop down, click connect hosts, and select the new one that we just created, and then click confirm. That's the new host created, the new volume created, and the volume attached to that host. So if we want to protect our newly created volumes, we can set up schedules for snapshots. Now if you get into the protection tab, we can create a new snapshot schedule, and this one we're going to do hourly. So we just tick the box on the schedules to create a snapshot, and we'll set that to run every hour, and we're going to retain all of those snapshots for 1 day, and then we'll retain 4 of those snapshots for the next 7 days. Now once that's been created, we can then add members to that snapshot schedule, and if we click into the members section here, and then we've got the option to add hosts, host groups or volumes, and anything that's within that group will then pick up that schedule, and everything is protected. If we want to then set up replication for those snapshots, we can do so in the same tab, and we just set the schedule as suits our DR requirements. Looking at the analysis tab, this is where we can drill in and get a bit more granular with our performance stats. So we've got our latency, IOPS and bandwidth, and the default view in here is 24 hours, but we can zoom in to show 1 hour, and if we want to get even more granular, we can drag this slider along and it will show us 15 minutes of performance stats if we want to. Now there's a number of views we can look at here. We can look at the read writes, or we can look at reads only or writes only. And this data is retained for a year, so you don't have to pay anything extra for that. It's included with the flash array. If we want to look at individual volumes, we can do so, and we can also export this data to a PNG file or to a CSV file. Okay, looking at the system tab, from here we see the system health, and we get a lot more detail on the flash array. From here we've also got our configuration, and we can see our controller summary, what's primary, what's secondary, and the Purity version we're running. You can also see in here we've got the networking section. Now it's very easy to set this networking up and edit if we want to do so. It's one button here, edit. We've also got our support connectivity, alerting if we want to send emails to people. We can set up SNMP, NTP servers, directory service, syslogging and SSL certificates. If you have a DR setup configured, we would see the arrays in the connected arrays section. The connection section will show the paths between array and hosts and whether they're redundant or not. There is also the option to add local users, and if we'd like to use the vSphere web client plugin, that can be installed and configured from here. So in summary, you've seen the simplicity of managing the Pure storage flash array. Adding volumes and connecting hosts only requires a few mouse clicks. There's no RAID groups or peering to worry about. Setting up snapshot scheduling and configuring the replication of those snapshots is a straightforward process. The analytics is detailed and retained long term. And all these features are provided with the flash array. There's no additional licenses required. There's also no training classes required, as the simplicity of setup and configuration removes any of the complexity we would have with traditional storage arrays.